Just trying to keep it out of the sun. So today will be first day back in with Miss Ellie after 8 weeks off big time changing. And we're going to just do a couple of tests just to see whether or not she is safe to ride. Girl, a bit of a brush. Oh, so it's been a while, Mum. Get back into the swing of things. It's been 2 months off and time to get back in the swing of things. So why not start today? We'll give it a little go. We're not going to do anything outrageous today. We're just going to saddle up and do a bit of walking with the saddle on just to get used to that again and make sure that there's no soreness when she's moving around with a weight on her back. There's a good girl. Good girl. She's going to show me a little bit of this feet. That's something that's normal with her. She's had time off, she can be a little angsty. I'm not surprised. I'd be surprised if she wasn't. An airplane. notice it. Get her to move out for me. Do a little bit of work. And she's going to go for a slow walk. So far, so good. Come on. Everything all at once. Some horses will, but some like lazy girl here. Look at the crop. Come on. Come on. Up. Up, yeah, hey. Up. Yes. Oh. Come on. Nasty. Very kindly and gently. He says, oh, I want to keep on eating. We're going to ask you to come down and help her head up. We're just going to do some basic stuff again. What's that? There, something bothering her on the back leg. I don't know what that is. So when a horse has been out of work for a while, they can and will sometimes test and see what they can do to try to give you a hard time. So you've got to be aware. And we'll go up one. Good girl. There we go. Try not to. Okay. Well. All right. Okay. Well, I'm going to take it off now and release it. I don't think she's ready. She's not ready. She's not ready. So that little bit of movement there was, there's something hanging around. Oh, it's a freaking horsefly hanging about. It's not the saddle, it's the horsefly carrying it on. She's cranky with that. So that's alright. Now we've discovered what that was about. We'll get her to go Go again, up. Just to, now we'll tighten her up again. I can hear it, it's buzzing about. It was around yesterday when I was riding Zara. Come on. Get up, let's go. Up. Now, I'm not going to really be too bothered. What I really want to do today, more than anything, is just get her used to that saddle being back on her back again. Just to having a little bit of weight. And making sure that that weight's not bothering her. She's not going to be bucking or being silly or anything crazy. And just watching and seeing how she reacts to the girth being tightened and things like that, because the injury she has is in her rear end. So what happened was her tail end, she ripped the muscle between the tail and the end of the back. And what happens when you do that muscle is there's nothing you can do to fix it. You've just got to let it heal by itself, which is why it takes about 2 months. In some cases even longer, depending on what the horse is doing. Hers has healed nicely. It was a lot worse than before. You've got to ease back into work slowly. You can't just suddenly start getting on and going for a canter. So you've got to just take it easy and work your way slowly back into doing what you need to do. Right now she's handling that nicely. She's not really worried about it at all. And she's more interested in what she can eat than anything else. But what we're going to do is a little bit of putting on, putting the lead rope on and seeing if she'll just lead nicely without that much of an attitude. So it's all about testing her attitude towards me. And you can see she says, I'm walking away from you. Well, that's not acceptable behaviour, so I'm going to keep harassing and push her. And come in. Face in. Face in. And now she's going to stay face in. And I'm going to hook her up. We're going to walk over. I'm just going to put her round in a little circle. There we go. Just seeing how she moves. Come on. Head up. Yep. We'll go this side now. Slowly. You don't want to do, yeah, she's, whatever it is that's bothering her, she's getting cranky with it again. That's alright. The other thing we can do, well, she's listening well, she's been good. We can just stand her and ask for the basics like drop, drop, good girl, up, up, girl, drop, 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 girl, drop, drop, drop. I'm just testing if she's listening still to all the things that we've asked her about before. This is the whole point of things, is getting her back into the routine and getting her to listen. She might not be ready for another 2 to 3, 4 weeks again. She's, these injuries aren't always predictable. You can't always know exactly what to do. And the trouble with her is she runs around in the paddock like a maniac. Come, Haki. 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 Carrying on. So she does a lot of silly manoeuvres when she's with that little pony, a friend of hers. And that can be a catalyst for trouble. So I'm just going to get her used to me standing here again. Because this is what we do when we're going to do riding. And just be doing some stuff that's more about bonding than about actually getting on. Good girl. And she's used to having her own way now for the last 2 months. We've been told to do absolutely nothing. No groundwork, nothing. Just leave her alone. Don't touch her for 8 weeks. And we've done that. And now I'm going to practice some basic stuff that we used to work with when she was a little tidy baby. Lovely. Stand. Good. I want her to stand and stay right where she's at. Good girl. Because I want her to practice feeling some kind of weight, but not much. Just enough. So we go, yeah, that's familiar. Good girl. And of course what we do on one side, we do on the other. Good girl. Nice rub. Relax. Oh, it's beautiful weather. Little weight in the shoe. I'm just very wary, very conscious of that end being how it is. So when I'm touching down here, watching her ears, I'm just seeing how she's reacting to that, and she's not giving me any signs of anything terrible. Girl, that's fine if she walks around me. Come on, go there. Go there. Good girl. You see where she's standing right there, she put herself right where I can get on. And this is how we trained her. So previously that's what she'll do. If you go and have a look at my old videos. Ah, stop it. What's going on? Okay, something's really bothering her. It's a bloody horsefly of some kind, and I don't know where it's at. Gotta watch it when there's horseflies around because so we might take the saddle off now. But she's getting very irritated by this fly. Do that. Girl. The fact she's able to stomp like that is a good sign too. Because when she was bad, she couldn't stomp. There was no way she could have stomped like that, so that's nice to see. Even though it's strange behaviour. We can work some other things now. So at least she's tolerated the saddle lovely. And we can still work around this area here. Just give her a nice massage. There. Says, oh yeah, let's do it. And we can practice just putting our leg up. See what she thinks. Yeah, she's fine with that. That's not the issue. That's not a problem. She says, oh no. I know. She says, I know what you're trying to do. What I would do on one side, we do on the other. Again, leg up there shows what we're going to do, what our intention is. Leg up and over. And she says, that's all good. I can handle that. I can handle that. Oh. That's just basic stuff. Very simple, but also gives us an idea of where her head's at, what her attitude is. Move that out of the way. I don't want you typing that back. Another test is backing up. Now she goes with backing. Back. Back up. Good girl. And that's not uncomfortable for her. Now, listening. And that's really good. She's been, because we haven't been doing anything, literally nothing with her for 8 weeks. So the fact that she's listening nicely, now I'm going to do the foot test at the back end because she has been kicking quite a bit this morning. So what we're going to do is take our rod, and this is how you safely test the end that is sore without putting too much pressure, but you can put a little on if you want to or need to. And then we go down. Good. Don't you? Good girl. And she's lifting without you even having to touch. So that means she's paying attention. Go back over this side. Good girl. Good girl. And all we wanted to do is just raise that back end up and watch what happens when we touch with this. Straight up. So when you've got a horse that's kicks a lot at the back end, this is the way to work on that. Where you can ask them nicely, and then they learn not to raise it with anger or fright or too quick or too upset. Good girl. That's better. And that way when the farriers come out and do their work and stuff, good girl. Good girl. Yeah, she's a little irritated because of that fly. That's all right. Now the last test I'm going to do, I need to go and grab my long rope because we're going to do a little test to see how well she's listening. I'll go and grab my long rope and we'll see how it goes. Good girl. So right there. A lot more than what you're supposed to do. It is tempting. So I've got my nice long rope here. You're probably wondering why I've got a long rope. I'm about to show you why. So Ellie and all my horses are taught to release themselves from the rope once it gets to a certain point on their back. And there we go. And I know if they're paying attention because they'll pay attention by doing that release there. Just pulling a little face there. That's it. And I don't even have to go the whole way around. She'll just release herself anyway. It's not really listening, but she is doing something good. And she's pulling a little face, but nothing major. You can see all I've got to do is pop that rope over and she'll do that release and do it for herself. So when you've got to get them to release from you, away from you, which is when you are doing things like putting them in a cart, they have to be away from you. This is a great lesson for horses to learn. And you can see there, she just turning herself around. She's getting a bit silly, but she is releasing herself. Good girl. Good job. And the reward will be that release that she's given herself. Now, another thing that we do when we're wanting a horse to relax, if you want a quick way to make a horse relax, especially if the horse is a little tense and nervous because it's been a while since it's done anything, we can take our finger and right in the corner here, where there's no teeth, pop our little thumb in. Yeah. Make sure your thumb doesn't have anything that tastes strange to a horse on it. And she'll give the chewing motion, and then eventually, now this is behavioural. So that striking is her, I'm fed up, and this is part of the, I don't want to do what you're asking me to do. So I'm going to ask her to relax again. And she's just in the mood for, we're going to drop our head, and she's going to yawn in a second. Going to induce that yawn. Once we get the yawn, then we've got the relaxation. There it goes. There it goes. Okay. Good girl. And then we go to the other side. It'll be a lot quicker on this side because she's getting what I'm asking. Takes a bit of practice with young horses and older horses that haven't had this done. But it's getting that relaxation, yawning reflex to happen, and there it goes. The big opening of the jaw, the big, oh. And what it does is it gives them a nice hit of relaxing endorphins. And then they relax and they want to settle a bit. She's about ready to do something silly there, so I'm going to say no, we're not. One big yawn. Just asking for one yawn. Oh, she says, I'm trying. There's I'm trying. And it has been quite some time since she's done this. There we go. Starting to relax, and there comes the tongue working. And here comes the big yawn. Good girl. And really, it's all to do with consistent practice with things like that. And you can see she's very calm and chilled out. She says, let me go. I want to go and eat my breakfast. She's had breakfast, but she wants to go and have some munchies. There's a big yawn again. Oh, big yawn. Miss Ellie. Good girl. And I teach all my horses these little things because they're very, and you can see it invokes a big yawn reaction, and they get really calm, they get really quiet. So if you've got to do something like have the vet out, you can practice doing that before the vet comes, and the horse is going to be a lot less tense when somebody comes to check it out or do whatever they've got to do, or you've got the farrier coming. It's a really nice way of settling them down and getting them to relax naturally without having to give them things like paste that calms them down. If you're having to give calming paste to do everything, then you might need to do it once or twice, and then it won't work after that. So if you can get a natural response like I have just gotten from her of relaxation, very simple, thumb in the corner, press down on the face, stop. And you just press on the bottom gently. Yep, yes, up. There. She understands what I'm asking. There we go. She says, all right, I'll do it. There we go. Good girl. And even though they can be a little bit apprehensive about it, once they get used to it and you do it regularly, it's actually really good to do every day whenever you're around them. Just give a practice. Give them things to think. And it's a good way then to be able to check things like their teeth. You want to have a look at their teeth. Make sure they're not too sharp. And just keep an eye on everything that way. So there's two uses for it. And it's also good for when time comes when you want to put something like a bit in their mouth, because she's one who can be a little bothersome with putting the bit in. And she's going to give it to me. She's going to show it to me. All I want her to do today is just hold that there and stand. That's it. Just that. Good girl. Just relax. I don't want her to put it in. Just want her to hold there. Good girl. Good girl. Good job. Drop it. Drop. After the drop. Drop. Good girl. And then she's got her face right where I would be putting it, the bit on, if I were to put it on. And I can ask her to open up, pop the bit in. But because she's being really good right now, I'm going to remove it. And I'm not going to put it in today. That'll be for a day when she's a little more focused, a little more ready. But just her being really nice about this and drop it. Drop it. Good girl. Good girl. Drop it. So this is really good for her, really nice. She's allowing that, considering it's been so long. And she probably will take that bit if I ask her to, but I'm just going to let it sit there. I'm not going to take it any further. Just going to let it sit. There we go. He's not all that focused on things. It will take a couple of days to get back into our usual thing. But she's not a horse that's difficult to get back into work, but I'm going to take it easy with her. Because of her injury, we don't want to exacerbate things and get her to go into a silly behaviour and then redo the injury again, and we have to start from scratch again, because that's not going to be any good for anybody, but especially for her. Good girl. So right now what she's interested in is going out and having some grass. So we will work on that. Take this one off. Girl. And she says, all right, time for me to do what I'm doing. You want to go and finish your brekkie? And it wasn't the most exciting thing today, but it was very good because it tells me a lot about how her recovery is going and how willing she is to work with me once we get going again. And she's still only a young girl, 25. So she's still got a mindset of a youngster, to some degree. Horses, depending on the different breeds, but her breed being an Appaloosa cross with a gypsy cob. Appaloosas are renowned for taking their time in growing. They're a bit like the Labrador of the horse world. They can be slow for many, many years. So they don't really mature till they hit about 7. And then they're really calm once they're 7. They're just nice and calm. But she's not too bad. She's a pretty calm horse. So yeah, that was the beginning of getting her back into some work, and hopefully we can do a bit more next time. Thank you everybody who watched, and everyone have a lovely day, and I hope you all get beautiful sunshine weather like I've got here. And I'll catch you guys all later. Take care, and thanks to the people who said hi. Remember, be kind to yourself and to others. Bye for now.